Nukkle HeDD Comics. Tuesday is fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
You're Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit, and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, and you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the arm with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Tuesday night. You know what that means? I ain't got my fucking light on and I turned on my camera. What the fuck, man? It's Nukkle HeDD Comics. We out here in the building. What's going on, everybody? What up, Cap?
Yeah, before we start, it is no longer the express written and verbal consent or belief of this show that Vincent D'Onofrio cannot throw accurate punches. My comments were unfounded, and they were not meant to hurt the office of the mayor of Hell's Kitchen in New York City. To this Kingpin, we apologize.
I told you stop fucking with that, man. Shit.
And for all those, there was nothing on my phone. I just made that up.
Nah, yeah, but I mean, that fucking boxing match that he had.
Was he Floyd Mayweather? No. But was he Kimbo Slice? No. So he was better than Chase Demore, and I don't know why you keep muting yourself.
I'm a coach. No, but yeah. I was a little kind of like, if he gonna punch this man like that, that man should have been in a coma. But then when you told me he was a heavyweight boxer in the show, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a former heavyweight champion, which was he told to go out there and not throw a punch? I don't remember him fucking swinging back.
He hit him once, and Kingpin got pissed.
That's when Vanessa showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in case you haven't been paying attention, we're gonna get into Daredevil episode. What was that? 4?
Yes, episode 4.
Then we're gonna get into Darth Maul episode 3 and 4, because those just dropped Monday. We saw them today. I don't know if we have any other big news.
Well, the Punisher One Last Kill trailer.
Yes, the Punisher trailer. I didn't get to see the video, but there's a few outlets now that are not like, oh, she's a girl type outlets that are legitimately worried about the Supergirl movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You said it's not because she's a girl?
Yeah, so like these outlets are not like Manosphere,
okay,
Right Wing Bull. They're like reputable outlets that are like, we don't know.
Okay, you want to get into that? Because I'm sitting here going,
well, so one of them I didn't see the video, but I didn't see what the video enough to see what they were saying, but they are concerned, and they have legitimate concerns as to why Supergirl's why they're worried about it. The one I do know is the big concern is this is too much still the feel of Guardians of the Galaxy. And they're just concerned that, or better yet, the comics that they're referencing, right? This particular person has not read it, but he's saying that whatever they're trying to convey is not coming across to him.
I don't know what he's not seeing. Unless he only saw one trailer.
No, yeah, he's reviewed all of them, and he's just like it's not coming across to him the way I think the director and the people who edited wanted it to come across, because he thinks the thing with the dog is a little bit overplayed. There's, like I said, it's again too much Guardians of the Galaxy. Not enough of it feels like a Supergirl movie. He's worried about Lobo like overshadowing. So there are some legitimate concerns from legitimate people going in.
Okay. But I don't get that at all from this. Like, I see a girl that feels like she's alone and doesn't have her people. She's attached to the dog. The dog's the only thing she got. They fuck with the dog. It's almost like a female John Wick, but Supergirl. And then throw in.
But I don't think that's what they wanted to come across.
No, I like that's an oversimplification of what Supergirl is. But I'm just saying, like, look, I think Lobo and the other girl and
okay. So without
Supergirl.
getting into specifics, because again, I'm not gonna watch the video here.
No, yeah.
But so this is the bullet points to each of the segments, right? Again, Gun of the Galaxy. So the Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it, even though James Gunn has nothing to do with this movie other than produce it.
I mean, the soundtrack is Guardian of the Galaxy-esque, but you can't beat Oldie. You can't beat Motown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Then they bring up the test screenings, and so far in every single test screening that has arisen, two things that are clear: the girl playing Supergirl is good. Momoa as Lobo was good, but that's about all the movie has. So the test screenings are not positive. The other thing is the main villain, Kern. They don't think he. What I'm gonna gather here is they probably thinking, like most people, he doesn't look like a real threat. Nor does he look like the actual bad guy of the movie. Which in the comics he was a big threat.
So, is this the test screening? They seen the whole movie, or they seen part of the movie?
So a test screening is you sit down and go, "Hey, here's our movie," and then you watch it, and then you give feedback, and you're like, "Oh, this part didn't connect to that part. I don't understand this. The ending was bad, blah, blah, blah." And then the studio could take that feedback and make adjustments, be it via editing, or if they need to do reshoots, they'll go back and reshoot something, because maybe they don't have enough on the editing room floor to do a continuity check and connect things that maybe have lacked. But it is legitimate random people who don't even know what movie they're seeing, to be honest. They're just told to show up, sit in the theater, and then they play a movie.
Okay.
So it's not like people are going in there going, "Oh, that's the Supergirl movie, let's go fuck." No, they don't know what movie they're seeing. They just show up.
Okay.
Yeah, so those haven't been good. Uh, the
What
that
up,
one of the other
Leon?
one of the other bullet points is that they're leaning too much on Superman, which
Leaning too much on Superman.
did from I'm gonna again I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
I think they're I think they're banking too much on connecting this to make sure. Oh, this is the same thing. This is Superman. This is Superman. You like Superman.
Okay.
Remember, you liked Superman. This is the same. You liked it. I think that's what they're going with. Like that's the feeling they get.
Yeah.
Then the last one are what do you call it? The classic superhero fatigue. The super generic feel of it.
Damn.
Because I'll tell you one thing. The one thing that does worry me is she's got crypto, right? The only person, the only remnants of Krypton and her city left, except she's got Clark. And except she can use Clark, and on top of that, because she knows more, because she's lived longer in Krypton, she can use her memories of Krypton and her parents and Clark's parents to pass down to him to then unlock a pathway of healing through sharing what Clark is missing. Then Clark can bring her into the world he grew up in. They're filling the gaps that she's missing to make a more harmonious life. But we've opted for the I'm gonna get drunk off my ass because the only thing I have left is the dog.
Yeah.
So I mean, can that storytelling work? Yeah, because we're going off of I'm not too worried about that because we're going off of a specific comic and we're being inspired by something that was written and it's
Yeah.
widely considered the definitive story for Supergirl. So from that aspect, I'm not too, worried about it. But I am not. I'm not completely tone deaf to the fact that Clark says, I'm afraid that you being off planet is preventing you from finding your people," and she immediately, I have no people.
Well, you got to remember, this is a girl that left her planet as a teenager, and now she had to figure out how life is. She was thrusted into being an adult easy, and that's the way she coped with it. So now this is probably the hard lesson for her to realize. Okay, I got to grow up, and this is where I was like, it's okay to depend on other people. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get all that, and again, like I said, I'm not worried about. I was like, I could see why people would be worried about that. I'm not worried about it because again, they're taking inspiration from a comic run,
Yeah.
from a comic thing. So I'm not really worried about that. My overall issue is so you gotta from a storytelling perspective, you have to make her go through some more hardship
What up, Billy Bob?
in order to learn the lesson that she needs to learn about grief or moving on, whatever the story is going to tell us, right?
Yeah.
And the only device you have is to threaten the dog.
Well, remember he gave the dog some kind of poison shit because the dog attacked him.
No. What I'm saying is, like, there was no other organic way to give her motivation because Crypto's not in that comic run, right?
Yeah.
There's a more organic thing that happens in that run that allows her to do, go on to whatever that adventure is. There could have been a more organic way of getting her to the same conclusion without the especially if you're gonna do the gun comparison, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, so we fuck up Rocket. That way everybody's like, oh, we hate this bad guy. We need the team to get together. Right, so now you take inspiration. People thinking you're taking inspiration directly from that.
Yeah.
Let's harm another CG animal, just so the hero could finally feel something, to then go on out and just beat the shit out of people to learn. I don't need to beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, but would you rather her find a boy that she loves and then they do that same shit?
No, I'd rather her stick to pretty much what the comic is, where crypto is not a big factor, and her in helping the girl that comes to ask her for help leads her to the discovery of what she needs to learn within herself.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have, I don't know, I think it's a little more interesting if your character starts off on a destructive path, and in doing so realizes, oh shit, there's something else I could be doing other than this destructive shit, and she's opened my eyes to it, or somebody else, rather than I'm gonna be destructive, you hurt the only thing I love, and then I'm gonna go on a rampage until it's the Eddie Kingston thing. Everything's on sight until the end, when fuck it.
Everything's outside until the bell rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, right now, and again, this is, just a little bit of nitpick, but right now, if they did that to Clark, would she give a shit?
I don't think so.
See, I think that's partly what some of the issues are, of why using the dog specifically is kind of like, come on, man.
But she needs a reason to get up and get out of bed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So organically, they can have the girl hire her to track down Kern, like in the comic.
Yeah.
And her reasoning is just, fuck it. I need money. You're going to give me money. I get to beat the shit out of people. Who cares? Life is blah. Nothing fucking matters. I don't have people. And then, oh, shit. No. Hold on a second. This shit, something. Well, this is real. I need to actually fucking focus up for this.
Well, because also
not in a way of, oh, shit, he can kick my ass. But in a way of, oh, no, what you asked me to do.
Yeah. Also, you gotta remember, I mean, another motivation could be that, remember, she went to go take care of Clark as a baby, and then she gets caught in her thing, and she goes to Earth, and Clark is a grown ass man, and she's still a teenager. So now it's like,
so she's,
her purpose is,
I think she's 23.
No, well, yeah, all right, so she's still a baby herself. Now she's like, her purpose for going out there is, fuck, like, she's useless. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's feeling. So she could like eventually be like, oh, my purpose was to take care of Clark. This girl I have to take care of, and it's almost like finding her purpose again.
Yeah.
Helping this girl get revenge, whatever, and then she's like, oh, she could be a hero.
No, but I'm saying that we're saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except I don't think the dog was necessary to get to that point.
Yeah.
But they put the dog in.
I think they're banking on the dog being that lovable character that everybody.
Yo,
Like, oh, we all love Crypto, and
who? Crypto was the worst part of that goddamn Superman movie, and I like that Superman movie.
That dog was out of control.
Yo, I got my own Crypto hit. I want to kick in their ass.
Shit, you should get kicked in the ass every once in a while. But I mean, yo, listen, man.
Yo, my man don't know how to run upstairs because they added one extra stair on the bottom.
Bro, don't even get me started with this fucking guy. But I think most of the time when they do the screen testing is I get it, but you're also getting a bunch of people that don't know what they're going to watch. They probably don't know the story behind Supergirl and all other shit. And it's just one of those things like, oh, this is a generic movie and they're not connected with it, so they're just going to nitpick. Like, I got to tell you something.
But here's the thing. That's the point of these test screenings. Is the point of the test screenings is not to see if the Supergirl movie works. The point of a test screening is to see, does this movie work?
Okay.
Does the movie I show you work the way I want it to work? And sometimes you get it's a weird thing because sometimes you get test audiences like, no, this shit works. And then the movie comes out and everybody's like, who the fuck said yes to this? And then you get the other way around where people like, I don't understand it. And then it comes out and everybody's like, oh, I got it.
But the difficulty with a movie like this is based off of characters that most people don't know. Like if you don't know nothing about, like, you don't know Lobo, he's coming in with a preconceived notion from all the fans anyway how he's supposed to act. Like Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds is just a likable motherfucker anyway, so he can start off the show and people instantly gravitate towards him. Jason Momoa is playing a guy who is the biggest fucking egotistical maniac in the world. A lot of people don't like that. So you come in and boom, he's automatically that. People are gonna be like, who the fuck is he and why is he here? But when you know the dude's like, oh, that's what he is.
That's why for me test screening results are 50-50 at best, whether I give a shit or not.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, I'm gonna show you something. Ultimately, no matter what it is, what subject matter you know, you don't know, there is a right way to do something and a wrong way to do something. You know what that's supposed to be, right?
Is that Picasso?
It's supposed to be the Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa. Yeah, okay.
There's definitely a wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Regardless if you knew what the fuck that was or not.
Yeah. I hear that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that.
But if you look at it, like the studio could be like, but it's got the hill in the background. It's got the same hair, the crooked smile. It's a female. They have the pose right. Like the studio is gonna look at that and go, everything that's in this one is in this one. What's the difference?
Yeah. Nah, I hear you. Yeah. But we'll see. I mean,
Hey, we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna go watch it. We're gonna do our out of the theater reaction. Come
yeah.
back on that next Tuesday and fucking give our whole spoiler.
Word.
This is a big test for James Gunn because this is the first movie in his DC lineup that he's not touching. All right, he's only producing. He didn't write. He didn't direct.
Yeah. So let's see if his vision works. I mean, it kind of looks like his shit, so.
Which is something that's weird, right? Because what came in that meeting? Did the director of this come in and go, "Hey, I got something that will fit your style"? Because he's like, "Oh, I see how you do your movies, and I think I have something that fits here." Or option B, did he come in and go, "Oh, I have to fit your style," without being asked? Or option C, did they tell him, "You gotta make it look like Gunn did this shit. It's all gonna look like one voice."
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know this isn't supposed to be his project, and it looks like his project, but it's all superhero shit. Like, how much can you actually do to make it look different? You know?
I mean,
It kind of, like, the feel of it kind of does feel a little different, just because, like, to me, it looked like Lobo had a little suit on, like a muscle suit. But then when I watched it again, I was like, maybe I was just projecting that shit. But I guess anything you put on, Supergirl is gonna relate to Superman, unless it's the Supergirl from the fucking Flashpoint shit. And even that might still be like, well, if Superman's in there, then it fits somewhere. You know?
Yeah, but how different did Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness feel to the other Doctor Strange? And that's Sam Raimi versus the original Scott Derrickson, who directed the first one. Like, even within the Guardians themselves, Guardians 3, the only Guardians that I actually like, looks and feels vastly different than the other two. But it's Gunn.
Yeah. It's
Like, the intent,
yeah.
it was vastly different. And I think that's what it is here, is that the intention feels like, as of right now, it feels like, oh, we gotta make this the space opera Gunn, the space opera that James Gunn does.
You know why? Because it probably isn't that much of a vision for this character. Where like the third Guardians of the Galaxy was almost like a goodbye to certain characters. So it's like, okay, we have to develop. Let's tell the story of Rocket if he's gonna be the new leader. Let's close the gap between Gamora and Peter, and let's let him go on his own journey where he has to find himself with his grandfather and all the other shit. And then we'll also show the progression of the relationship between Drax and Mantis, and how Drax is like, yo, y'all niggas think that I'm just this stupid fucking guy, but I'm multifaceted. Y'all niggas just don't fucking ask me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, yo, there's a bunch of character development and a bunch of ending of stories and starting of new ones where they knew where they wanted to take it. Where this is just the beginning of Supergirl, but it's also the beginning of a fucking like whole multi-universe. So now he can't just focus on, I gotta tell Supergirl's story. I have to introduce Lobo. I have to get a reason for her to fight with this little girl. I need all these reasons to come in. So it could be just like, yo, you're jerry rigging this shit together to make it fit, and people don't get it. But it also could be like, we're doing this because later on the road this is gonna make more sense. And the Yankees are losing 7-0.
Jesus Christ.
Word.
Yeah, but you know, like we said, then let's hold off judgment. Let's see what the fuck it looks like.
Today.
Let's see what it looks like when we finally get it coming across our movie screens.
Word. I hate. I hate. I mean, you know, we're gonna watch it anyway. But yeah, man. So I watched Beast. Remember I told you about that movie with the MMA fighter?
Yeah.
So to me, I want to just say, like, to me, I watched it and I was like, this is an okay movie to watch. Like, if you saw it on one of the streaming services and you put it on, it's a dope movie. Like, there's like a message of perseverance, blah blah blah. But to me, it felt like it was shot like The Warrior. It had a story of Kickboxer, and then remnants of Rocky in it, where it almost felt like Hugh Jackman and what is this? The original Bullseye.
Oh,
Colin Farrell.
Farrell, yeah.
Colin Farrell, yo, the bad guy in this movie looked just like Colin Farrell if Colin Farrell had about 50 pounds of muscle on him. And then this the main character looked like fucking Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Dude, seeing Colin in the penguin makeup, how do we know that it wasn't him?
Shit.
That motherfucker could disappear.
Yeah, that's true. But it was good. You know, the dude, he's an MMA legend. He became the #1 contender for a world title. His brother was an up and coming fighter. They didn't show this part because it would just fast forward to the future, and he's on a boat. The story, he was in jail, and he gave up fighting. Russell Crowe's his manager. The story is that he waited for him to come out of jail, and he never came back. Russell Crowe lost his house, he lost his wife, he lost his health, but his daughter took up the gym and started training. The brother got a title shot at a dude that he knocked out in 6 seconds. That dude put his brother in a coma and then challenged the older brother. The older brother needed the money, so he took the fight for money. They wound up suspending homeboy because the when he put homeboy in the younger brother in a coma, it was an illegal shot. So the fight got canceled. So the older brother was like, yo, fuck it. I got my money anyway. I don't need to do this. The younger brother wakes up from the coma. The champion challenges the older brother to a fight, like an underground fight. And I just want my victory. I don't give a shit about nothing. The older brother declines it. The younger brother, when he wakes up from the coma, he's running, training, and the older brother's like, yo, bro, you need help. Because he's like, yo, I can't forget. He goes, I know you can. No, he's like, no, I run this route because I can't forget. I just go up the hill and I'm home. And he started like looking confused, like where he was at. Like you could tell that he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And his wife, the younger brother's wife, was like, the doctor told him to rest for 3 months to let his brain swelling go down. He took that fight, that underground fight. The younger brother winds up dying. Older brother can live with himself. The wife, who didn't know he was a fighter, met him out of jail, had a kid and all that, was like, I don't like fighting. I don't get fighting. But you need this. You're grieving. Go kick this fucking guy's ass. That was the Rocky. That was, what are we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? So he goes back to Russell Crowe. The daughter trains him. They start fucking doing their thing. And he goes and he tells Crowe, because the first time he's like, I'm only here for the money. And Russell Crowe's like, then why the fuck are you wasting my daughter's time? You're not who you were before. You're not the beast. Why the fuck are you wasting the time? You should have just fucking walked in there and took the money. He comes back to Russell Crowe's like, yo, I didn't take no advance. I didn't take no pay. It's winner take all. If I lose, I get nothing. And Russell Crowe's like, all right, well, you gotta run 4 miles before you get here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and she'll be ready to train you. And they trained, and he won, and it was a pretty good movie.
I know you're paraphrasing, but I find it hilarious. Why are you taking the fight? For the money. Get out of here. You're not ready for it.
Oh, well.
Hey, I'm doing the fight, but it's all or nothing. If I win, I get the money. If I don't, I don't get the money. Well, now we're talking.
No, because
the motivation didn't change.
Well, because he got paid already for the first fight, so he didn't need the money. He's saying, I took this fight because I want to fuck this dude up.
No, I'm just saying your paraphrasing made it.
Yeah.
Made it funny.
Yeah, I hear you, but I saw it. I enjoyed it. It was, if you catch it on streaming, because they only had 2 showings for this shit. This wasn't a movie that they wanted. Like, this might be an Oscar winner because they didn't show it that often.
Yo, you know what's funny? I'm gonna look up the box office right now for it, and let's see what we learn here. Weekend charts. Holy shit. Yo, you said there was how many people in your theater?
Me and 2 or 3 other people.
Y'all might have been the only ones to see this movie, because I don't even see box office numbers.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yo, so as of April 12th, the Lionsgate MMA drama Beast starring Russell Crowe and Luke Hemsworth has generated $805,000 in the domestic box office.
What show is it?
Huh?
That's the movie Beast?
Beast, yeah.
Wait, overseas it made 805,000?
No. Here.
In America.
Domestically, yeah.
It made 800,000.
$805,000.
$805,000. How much did it cost to make?
Let's see what the the total production budget has not been released yet, which means to tell me that it cost at least 10 million to make, and at making 800,000, the studio was better off writing this movie off like Batgirl and going, we can't release it. It's unreleasable. We're take a loss on it. Recoup some of the money through the taxes back, a couple of mil, and then dumping it on streaming without nobody noticing.
Or doing what they did with Batgirl.
Yeah. Except, actually show it at some point. But what's funny? I thought the marketing was a lot because I kept seeing it every time I turned on YouTube, the trailer. But apparently there was no marketing at all, because how the fuck you don't even register on the weekend chart?
Shit. To be honest with you, YouTube fucking ads, I don't think help.
Well, that's the only way I see trailers now.
That's true.
Outside of a movie theater, when's the last time you saw a trailer for the first time not on YouTube?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because I got premium, I don't watch ads anymore, so
Yeah.
I don't see none of these shits.
So, transition to Daredevil, or we got something else before we get there?
Let's see. Got anything?
Oh, there was Cinecon. I think it's Cinecon. Just came out, and there's descriptions for a whole bunch of trailers and shit that were shown. Clayface Cinecon trailer description, which there's no point to read the description because the trailer should be coming out soon if they debuted at Cinecon. There was Insidious.
That's like Comic-Con for movies, though, right?
Yeah. So Insidious had one. Godzilla -0 had footage shown.
Oh shit! You know the kid from Agatha, her son?
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah. Apparently, he signed a multi-picture deal with Marvel.
Wow, shit. They better use Wiccan, otherwise, what the fuck is the point? It's funny that Tommy's nowhere to be found, though.
Yeah. Apparently, the first poster for Spider-Man, Brand New Day, dropped, and one of them kind of looks like the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, where they had Kristen Dunst in his reflection of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Zendaya here.
Dude, that's something we forgot to talk about, the Punisher trailer.
Yes. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit seems like this is gonna be serious shit. But also, I hope this isn't just a retelling of the first season of The Punisher from Netflix.
No, I think this is the Frank Castle come to Jesus moment.
Where he steps into his vigilante killing mode, or
no, where he finally feels the weight of what happened with his family.
okay. Because of that girl.
I just think just because in general, and then so again, this is what I was saying with as opposed to
Supergirl?
the Supergirl trailer. This trailer feels like Castle was already on that journey,
Yeah.
and then the girl, when whatever happened with the girl, because it's vague in the trailer, saves her, whatever happens. That's the catalyst for him to realize what the journey he's on is actually saying.
Yeah.
So as opposed to him, or as opposed to like them needing the girl to start it off and be the whole crux, that's not the point. He's already on the journey, and the girl just opens his eyes to, okay, now I see where this is leading me. Because it is heavy. It looks heavy. It looks deep. It looks violent. They have Frank Castle. Yeah, for all of you who couldn't hear, Toad just said kind of like his version of with great power comes great responsibility. Although, I think it's a little more twisted for Frank. I think with great injustice needs to be equal and opposite justice. Where I think this is where we learn why he's able to be in Spider-Man. Because coming out of this, he's going to learn that him fighting this war was based on his anger, his grief, his regret, his struggles. And then coming out of this, he's going to be renewed, going, okay, these people need to be put down. And I'm no longer doing it because I'm fighting a battle within myself. I'm ready to step up and fight the fight nobody else is willing to do. And that's just my assumption. Again, it comes on May 12th, I believe it said. So we'll see there. There's that striking image. There's a striking image in the movie, or in the trailer, in which some weird liquid is coming from underneath his door, his door to his apartment.
Yes.
And then it catches fire. And he's standing in it as his legs burn. And in that moment, you see him. It's brief, but if you pay attention, you see him contemplating, just standing there.
Yeah.
And then something triggers, and he's like, "No." You see the fight in him to be like, "No, I'm not gonna stand here and let this fire consume me." It's metaphorical and literal, right? I'm not gonna stand here and let this fire consume me. I'm going to break free of this. And he yells and runs out of the door with fire engulfing everything behind, on the other side of it. And that, again, juxtaposed to Supergirl, where there isn't a moment that hints towards what that catalyst for her is, with where that fight switches. It just seems like, oh, you fucked up my dog. If he dies, everyone here dies. And it's like, okay, cool. But he's not gonna die, or he doesn't die. So now you're instantly just like, fighting's not the way. Killing everyone's wrong. It's like, okay, but where's that look in your eyes? You don't have to show us the scene.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of like in The Punisher, you don't have to show us that. But give us the hint that you're gonna have that moment of realization, and you're not gonna do the big show where you walked out of the curtain, out of Gorilla, and you were the heel, and by the time you got to the ring, you're a babyface now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because that's a problem with certain things where, perfect example, I like the movie Don't Breathe, right? These guys rob a house, or they try to rob a house because they think the dude in there is blind. Turns out the dude in there is blind, but he's way worse than these motherfuckers who robbed the house. And then in the second one, you try to get me to like him and turn him into some sort of anti-hero. But it's like, no. You remember when you told me what happened in the first one?
Yeah.
That shit don't go away. So I don't want this to be a moment where Supergirl's like, yo, this is how I am. And 2 seconds later, she's like, nah, we can go this way. And you're like, well, no. You just said. What happened?
Yeah. And this is gonna be the last time we see him? Oh, he's not gonna get his own show, and he's just gonna be in Daredevil.
Well, he's not gonna get his own show. This is what they're giving him.
Okay.
He might be in more shit. But I think the reason this is called Last Kill, because like I said, the director said that when you watch it, you'll understand why. I think this is called The Last Kill because this is the last time we see Frank Castle in pain. And coming out of this, we're going to see the driven, I know what I must do now.
Okay.
We're going to see the Frank Castle
Everyone's afraid of.
Yeah, because he's no longer the reckless dude who lost everything. Now it's like, oh no. This is intentional now.
You gave a wrecking ball purpose.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not swinging because the wind picked up. Now somebody's driving this crane.
Okay. Shit. It showed. Well, I mean, it seeing the suit actually is dope. So at least we get to see at least how he gets it, before Spider-Man and shit. Because it's not for nothing. Like seeing him in Spider-Man is dope, but I don't want a thing where it's like, where the fuck would this Punisher come from? But then again, I don't want a movie that's like the Punisher's origin. Like we got this, so it explains everything, and then he could pick up where he left off with Spider-Man.
I just want to point out, because I know we have somebody here on the channel who shows up from time to time, Lay, who loves the Punisher and is a little bit weary about the Punisher fitting into a lighthearted MCU romp.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that Matt Murdock did not suffer at all from being in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
He still got to go into his own show and be brutal. They curse. He's at some point you're like, okay, he's done. Move on. Hit someone new. Hit someone who hasn't been hit before, please.
And he's still not the most ruthless person on that show.
Yeah, because if we're gonna get into this episode now, we're gonna transition, as they say. Bullseye. What the fuck? You know what's funny? This episode 4, right? At first I was like, yo, Matt, I know Bullseye killed Foggy. I know you want to bring him to justice. I know you're Catholic, and I know your whole deal and blah blah blah. But like, goddamn, just let Bullseye get a few of them off your fucking back. All right, that's what I started it as.
Yeah.
And then I sat down and really thought. Right, and I had that one-on-one conversation with myself on what's the intent that this episode is trying to show us. And it hit me. The reason Matt has to stop Bullseye is because Kingpin keeps telling us that vigilantes are dangerous, vigilantes are crazy, vigilantes are terrorists, vigilantes don't help society, vigilantes only hurt. And Bullseye thinks he's doing the right thing.
Because he was under my
the
control.
Exact thing that Kingpin is telling everybody they should be afraid of. But Bullseye's not a vigilante.
Oh.
But you could paint him as one and turn around and go, see?
Look at what their side's doing.
Yeah. And it hit me. He's like, that's why Matt has to stop him. Because you have to show that there's a clear distinction between the criminally insane and somebody who's just trying to stand up for justice and for the people who have no voice.
Yeah. No, I mean that makes perfect fucking sense. And also, I saw it as Bullseye is kind of like the replacement for the Punisher.
It could be, because the Punisher's off, God knows where, doing his own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, so remember, Bullseye believes that he was brainwashed. That's why he said one good deed. One good deed erases all that. And he's basically, I killed Fisk for you. I get, you forgive me for killing Foggy. And he's like, he was brainwashed by Fisk's wife. And so it could also be he's overcompensating. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
I got to get rid of these people because I got to do something good for these people. We know, like, bro, you're doing the same shit you did when they were mind controlling. You just got a different target now. You're not redeeming yourself. You're just doing the same shit to different people.
Yeah.
That's like the KKK, instead of going after African Americans, now they're after the Chinese. Like, no, you're still racist. Like, you're still fucking hurting people. You just changed their ethnicity. That's all.
Yeah.
You went after Matt Murdock and Foggy. You're still going to kill people. Now they just ain't fucking vigilante task force.
Even though, and I'm surprised, I'm honestly surprised I haven't heard, and maybe it's because I stopped watching people with certain viewpoints. Because honestly, at a certain point, like, how can I put this? Somebody with a difference of opinion is always good to have around, because a different perspective helps you see clearly, and in all honesty, the truth is always something in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? It's always a little bit of what I said versus a little bit of what you said, and then we find the actual truth within.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, the absenting opinions of others are there just to be an absenting opinion. So if I walk outside, all right, and somebody looks up and goes, "Oh, the sky is blue," and I go, "Oh, well, actually, the sky is clear," we can have a discourse. Because there's a reason why we're seeing the sky is blue.
Yeah.
But in all actuality, the sky is clear. But if I go outside and it's like, "Oh, the sky is blue," all right, and somebody else, "The sky is clear," and then the third person comes out and goes, "The sky is a dome with a projection of a sun because we live on a flat earth," that serves no purpose.
Yeah, that. Good day, sir. Get
Yeah.
your shit out of here. Yeah.
So I'm surprised, with all that being said, I'm surprised that I'm not hearing people react to people going, "Oh, this is too much of a analogy of what's happening with ICE, with what these cops are doing in this show, with the anti-vigilante task force." Because these guys are fucking horrendous.
You know why I think that's happening is because I think it's such a touchy subject, because even now, with this guy losing a lot of his supporters because of the war and the way they're handling the American citizens, and even people who were here and passed the test and all that, leave, like, he fucked over a lot of people, and a lot of people are seeing it. So now it's like, what side do I take? Because before it was popular to be on his side, now it's not so popular to be on his side, but I can't go against him because it's less popular to be against him. I don't know. I'm gonna stay quiet. That's the problem. When you got somebody, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yeah.
So
And
And-
you, despite what you say, see, this is the thing. This is why I don't listen to dissenting opinions,
yeah,
because they're gonna equate this to what's going on politically now, right? And they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is woke propaganda. They're trying to blah 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 blah, all this bullshit." When in reality, this is just what the fuck happens when you give somebody absolute power, no pushback, and they think they can't be touched. This is the classic story throughout the entirety of history of what the fuck happens. This isn't new. This isn't targeted to something that's happening today and only today. Mussolini, fascist. The guy in Russia who was
Putin.
No, not Putin. Putin's an oligarch. That's a completely different thing. He was the guy in Russia who was Stalin.
Stalin, yeah.
Fascist. Like those things happen in history well before where the fuck we are now. This is a story. What did the Miss Potts say? Tale as old as time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Boots upon the neck.
Pretty much. No, you're right. You're right. It's.
I would finish that song if I knew more of the lyrics. Surprise! I'm not the Disney kid here.
Right? I got the Disney characters on my chest. But even though I still don't
Still know what?
know the words like that.
Fascists are the beast. Anyway, but this episode I think was great to see Bullseye in a new light, because they depict him as the same old. He's going out there murdering everybody, just killing willy-nilly, and then you learn, oh, he thinks he's helping.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the fight, and you're like, okay, we got to get to this. So the fight happens. I mean, nothing else really big happens here. Again, the task force, they go into Matt Murdock's law office and just rough up the place. Because, again, when you don't think you have anyone to answer to, you're not going to be the fucking altruistic, righteous motherfucker. You're going to be the worst version of yourself. Because if you wasn't, you wouldn't be in that uniform. And you know how we know? The regular cops on that show all seem to have a good head on their shoulders. None of them are going buck wild.
Yeah.
None of them are going crazy. They're all looking at the anti-task force going, what the fuck are you guys doing?
And when Matt dressed as one of them and went to the diner to investigate, he was like, "You want me to call my friends? Get the fuck out of here!" And everyone's like, "I hate these fucking people." Like, all he had to do was be a dick, and he fit right in.
So they set up the boxing event as a way to draw Bullseye out, right? Or Daredevil. They're trying to get whoever they can. The boxing match happens. Vincent D'Onofrio does a lot better job of throwing the punches this time, as my joke and apology mentioned at the top of the show. Which, if you're watching, sir, you well made up for it, and I will retract my earlier statements again. But the boxing match happens. Bullseye shows up, takes out the way they're depicting Bullseye in this show is exactly where the fuck you need Bullseye. He will not fucking miss. He's like motion. An object will stay in motion or will stay stagnant until an equal and opposite forces enacted upon it. He will not miss unless you make him miss. And the only one who can actually make him miss is the one who can see the trajectories of where shit's going in Matt Murdock. Because there was a scene. Vanessa in the 2 episodes ago got a gun from Buck. She knew what the fucking risks were. She showed up to keep Fisk in line, to keep him calm, because that's what the governor asked. Bullseye saw her. She took out her gun, shot Bullseye in the stomach, which luckily it wasn't a lightsaber, otherwise he'd be dead. Because we all know, it's a
instantly
fact.
Dead.
Lightsabers to the gut kills everyone that's ever been stabbed.
It's like finger to the throat means death. Lightsaber to the gut is instant death.
Yeah, he almost got Qui-Gon'd. Right, so he gets shot. He takes a fucking weird souvenir that's like crystalline or probably crystalline or some sort of glass or something. Boom, he tosses it. Kingpin takes the fake ass championship belt that they gave him for killing this fucking boxer, smashes it. But again, the only person that can make Bullseye miss is Daredevil. So when the camera pans, Vanessa has a piece of it stuck in her temple and she's bleeding out. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you like to play the home game, what do you think's gonna happen now?
He's gonna be
Vanessa is presumed dead. Wilson Fisk is going to destroy the entirety of the 5 boroughs, what formerly would be known as New York City. In the show, fictitiously in the show. If you thought he was bad now, if you thought the anti vigilante squad was bad now, Bullseye just gave Fisk an open invitation to go unhinged.
And he didn't need one.
Yeah, he did not need one. This is what happened. Matt Murdock gave Kingpin some rope, and Kingpin managed to fuck it up and tie a noose. And just as he was about to slip and put it around his own head, Bullseye came and cut the rope. So now, all Kingpin has to do is turn around and say, I told you vigilantes were dangerous. I told you they were psychotic. I told you they were murderers. My wife has been murdered. The governor refuses to do anything about this to keep the state safe. I have done something to keep the city safe. I'm the only one who's enacted measures to make sure that this doesn't happen. It did happen in the worst way, but this is, I have reduced the number of times that this does happen. You need to entrust me with now the complete safety of the entirety of New York. And
of America.
Yeah. And people are going to do what? They're going to turn around and go, fuck you, your wife died, because nobody in their right mind is going to not turn around and go, all right. And you know how I know? In 2001, something very bad happened in New York. We don't need to get into the shit. We all know the history. And immediately after that, the Patriot Act was born. And everybody went, you know what? For the safety of America, sure. Spy on my phone. put cameras everywhere, track my movements, do whatever we got to do to be safe. Because in the moment, we got punched in the mouth. We need to tighten the defenses we can fucking get.
Yeah, because it was all about our safety at that point.
Yeah. So if the writers are writing based on history, and writing what naturally will conclude next, I mean, if I was writing it, quite literally, the episode 5 would be Kingpin. Start off with Kingpin addressing New York about the death of his wife. The governor won't do anything, and as he's talking, the anti-vigilante task force is no longer arresting persons of interest. They are eliminating persons of interest. As Jesus Christ, as Kingpin is trying to get everybody on his side. Because we need to see the juxtaposition of the forward face that he's trying to maintain versus what he's actually doing now. And whoever it is that what the fuck's the guy's name? From Scooby Doo, he played Shaggy.
Shit, I know you're talking about that. What's the name's guy? Fuck.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. Whoever Matthew Lillard is playing have to hit the panic button. He's gonna have to hit the panic button because he tried to strong arm Fisk. He tried to show his cards, and Buck eliminated the two people he was with no hesitation, with ease, without fear of repercussion. And that could be all right for somebody who's going to maintain themselves. But that's changed.
Yeah.
Now you need to hit the panic button. And you need to hit the panic button real fast. Because the next time you show up randomly, he's not going to wait for you to finish your sentence before that bullet hits your head.
Yeah, especially now that his wife dead.
Yeah, he's not going to care. What are you going to do to him? You can't operate in the daylight. So what are you going to do? And any attack on him, any attempt at anything, he's just going to turn around and look. They're trying to stop me. Now the government is trying to actively take out the only person who gives a shit about you, blah, 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 and it just fucking snowballs.
Yeah. And Valentina is probably going to just fucking give him more reign because she knows that she could probably flip something. She's always got two steps ahead of people.
Yo, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to try to look this up to verify, but if I'm not mistaken, I think this takes place actually before Thunderbolts. Which would be why she's not too worried in this moment. She's not too worried about sending people to what do you call it? To deal with this type of thing. MCU timeline. Let's see what it says here. Oh, is there no complete timeline? Here you go. There is. I just had to go further down.
You remember what I did with the GoPro?
No. I do not. So
that's what I was just looking for.
So Daredevil Born Again, season 1 and 2 take place after Agatha and before Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Wonder Man.
Okay.
So all this is taking place before. That's why we didn't hear anything about the task force and Fisk and all that shit, because what we're watching is already the aftermath, in which we don't know what the aftermath is.
Yeah.
We don't know how it concluded, because I don't know if you know. I don't know if you don't know. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you know that once something has already happened and we have moved past it, we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, what we had for dinner yesterday is not relevant to what we're doing today.
Yeah, that is
So-
true. But this can also at least shed light on how the investigation into what's her name? Fontaine started.
I could, if this all blows up in her face, yeah.
Because then it could be like, wait, what you blah blah blah, and that's why it leads into the new Avengers. She's deleting everything, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'll go into Congress." Because if Kingpin couldn't do it himself, I'll do it myself.
Well, I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't think this was a fucking Thanos. Fine, I'll do it myself moment. I think this was more of a this could be useful to distract while I do other things. And then this is gonna quickly become no longer useful.
Yeah.
But what a fucking that's like that's like buying yourself a Rottweiler and going, fuck it, this dog's no longer worth it. It's like, okay, mistreat your Rottweiler. Let's see what the fuck happens.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Shit. But yeah, now you spoke about White Tiger, the girl, you grieves, but now you're seeing her becoming the vigilante.
Seeing the baby steps where she's fitting in where she can.
Yeah. And it's almost like Daredevil's giving her permission to do shit because she got the amulet. But
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know if he knows. Wait, he does know fully what the amulet does, right?
yeah,
He had the heart to heart with him
yes.
on what the fuck it does.
Yes.
So yeah, he knows. I don't think he's given permission. I think he knows she's gonna fucking do it anyway. And in this moment, we don't have time to bicker back and forth. And if she's gonna do this behind our backs, she's gonna get herself killed. Where if she thinks she has our approval, she's not gonna take risks. She's not
Yeah.
gonna take unnecessary risks.
I hear you.
But again, I don't like the fact that you started out way too young.
How old did they say her age in the? Or she just looks young because she's a small girl?
I don't know. I'm looking that up right now.
She's definitely not mature, so she could be anywhere from like 16 to fucking 23 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that scene was but the swordman. There you go. That's who I'm thinking about. The swordman was like, why do you keep thinking I'm a fucking like, even to Daredevil, he's like, why do you keep thinking I'm a vigilante? Like, I just fucking do what I feel is right at the time. I'm not a vigilante. But then he goes, I gave them an account, whatever you need, take.
You know why? Because here's the difference, right? And by the way, the actress herself is 17.
Okay.
But yo, she's before I get into what I was gonna say, she's distractingly young looking. The way that in Captain America, that fucking ex Black Widow lady
Yeah.
was distractingly small.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Because all I keep seeing is why are you letting the Bruce? Why are you letting orphan kids do this shit? That's all I fucking see. But the
See my teeth?
yeah,
Did we see your keys?
Oh, no, my teeth. I thought he said that's all I fucking see. My bad.
Well, that's all we see now.
So the point I was trying to make before show once again rudely interrupted me
I'm wrong once again.
is what the swordsman is doing is the difference between the vigilante dude in Seattle, the guy who put on the rubber suit and the mask and all that shit. Have you heard of that dude?
What, in real life?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see.
Wait, the one that went to Congress and the one that went to Congress and fucking put on that rubber suit and was Batman? Hold on, I'm gonna. No, I did not hear about that shit.
Yeah. So this is a real life guy. This is a real dude who thought he was a vigilante.
Got
A
shot.
hero who would walk. No, I mean I don't think he got shot.
Oh,
but
okay.
He walks the streets. He does shit. There was a difference between that dude and the organization Children of Precious that Dad and Uncle Pete joined up with.
Yeah.
But they were making a difference. So a vigilante like Matt will go out looking to stop crime. I think the swordsman distinguishes himself in the fact that he's just walking around, and if you get robbed in front of him, he's not gonna stand by and do nothing. He's not gonna go out of it. If he hears somebody's getting robbed 4 blocks down, not his problem. But right in front of him, he's not gonna let that slide. And I think that's the difference.
I get
You've
it.
seen White Tiger literally go out to look for it.
Yeah. And that's probably why he's like, I'm not a vigilante. I'm just somebody that I'm a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
And also, what if now remember, he's originally a bad guy. What if he's actually just somebody that he does the right thing from when it comes to protecting people that need help, but he's also a fucking bad guy that like he smuggles, like that's how he makes his money. He smuggles money or whatever the fuck the case may be.
I think that it's clear that the depiction of him in the MCU now is his hero side, and then not.
Okay.
Because remember, his bad guy side is tied to Hawkeye and his villainous ways, because he taught Hawkeye a whole bunch of shit.
Okay. And I mean, it's kind of he's tied to Hawkeye, Kate, yeah,
Clint.
yeah.
But now let's bring some real world shit into it. He's rich enough to go. There's an account, whatever, whenever, however. You rich? Fuck you. You are the bad guy.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
You're part of the bourgeoisie,
Yeah.
not the proletariats. Like, yeah,
Word.
study up on your fucking history. I know everybody watching. All 2 of you were like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
What he said was he's gonna let you order a la carte. Yeah, sure.
I thought he said he was a part of Fing Fang Fu.
No, that's Iron Fist.
If you could tell me who the fuck that is, Toll will send you $10.
Send me $10. That's the dragon in the 10 rings.
Wrong.
Damn it.
Who is Fing Fang? This is for you, Toll.
King Fang Foom is the dragon.
No.
You're wrong too. Got him.
Is an alien.
Oh, yeah,
That
he's an alien.
happens to look like a dragon, but he's not a dragon.
Yeah. And those rings are
We don't know. In the MCU, those rings do nothing but act like a whip or maybe augment Shang-Chi. We don't know what the fuck they do. They're never going to answer it until Captain America 6, where he turns around and goes, cool. My movie is now the secret sequel to Shang-Chi, and we're going to figure out what these rings are.
word.
So he wouldn't be able to hold down one-on-one with Thanos. Like if he was a part of that, the end game.
If
You know how
Captain
they,
America-
I think it was Iron Man.
No,
Those
if
rings are
Captain
gonna give
America,
him a shot.
if Captain America could go toe to toe with Thanos in a fight, Shang-Chi with those rings has a shot because Shang-Chi is a way better fighter than Captain America.
Yeah.
Think of it like this: if Jake Paul could land a few shots on Anthony Joshua and rock him, Mike Tyson will knock fucking Anthony Joshua out in his prime. like that, like that's pretty much what it is. Because Shang-Chi is supposed to be the best fighter in the MC in the Marvel universe.
So why did they? I wonder why they used. Well, I don't know if the casting was right. I thought they would have gotten a really on bank kind of guy,
Yo,
some karate guy.
Simu Liu, legit. He's a legit, not martial artist, like, but he learned all that shit on his own. He did that shit for real. Not like the idiot who played Iron Fist.
Which there's a picture of the guy who played Iron Fist with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and they were out on the town and shit.
Fake news, AI.
Yo, I don't know why they keep saying that all three of them are coming back. And apparently, there's a wanted Luke Cage poster for season 3 of Daredevil.
Yo, stop looking at all the shit for season 3 because
I'm not looking at nothing. They posted it up in the chat.
So he don't like looking at anything.
yo, I don't know if this is real, but if it is, I
Oh,
might have to
shit.
find this and read this.
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi,
Captain-
Captain America. Nice. That's a classic or something? You think you won't be able to find it?
No, that's got to be
This
new.
is not a classic.
See, now, there's a guy in the DC universe. His name is the Karate Kid. He's the equivalent to Shang-Chi, right?
No, he's somewhere, but I think there's an actual dude. Hold on a second. Let me
Is
look
it the girl that trained Batman? That's the best fighter or some shit?
she's one of them. But let's see. Richard Dragon. So the Karate Kid is good, but Richard Dragon is the better one, and Lady Shiva is the one you're talking about.
Okay.
I've heard of Lady Shiva.
Yeah, Lady Shiva's who apparently she trained Batman and Dark Knight, right? Darkwing, Nightwing.
She trained a whole bunch of people.
'Cause I was thinking of Darkwing Duck for a second.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. Show.
Shit, imagine that.
I already know the answer to this, but did you see episode 4? Did you watch any of the Darth Maul shit?
Honestly, no, nah, I didn't. I started. I was about to start, and I totally I don't know why I held back, but I'm gonna get on it.
So, just to see if you could contribute here, have you seen any of the trailers to either Punisher or Supergirl or anything?
Wait, I seen Supergirl. Supergirl's I was about to say Supergirl's Superman's cousin, right?
Yes.
She's with Crypto. Yeah, I think I saw. Matter of fact, you guys told me to watch the trailer for Supergirl. She was drunk. I think she was in a bar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good thing he watched the trailer to the movie and not to the WCW TV show.
The WCW.
You know I always fuck up. Sorry about that.
What
I'm trying to take this shit off. It's my machine. My bad.
Wait, is your car trying to rap?
Nah. I turned on my top radar.
Gangster, ride out. Here we go.
No, because that shit is like Iron Man, Normal Man, Tiger Man, Zappa, go left.
Telling me all the other stuff is gonna cover. My bad.
I was about to say, you dropping a worldwide diss track right now. Fuck your Superman. We got Karate Man, bitch.
Word.
Oh
I want to
shit.
see your fame go boom. Vroom, vroom.
When I pull out the Glock with the 9, you're gonna find out what time it is. And when you give me back the change, we'll find out whose dime it is. Like, I don't know.
Ah!
Cause just remember, it's got a left elbow and a right elbow. And your face is broken no matter which elbow.
Facts. All day, every day.
So, smooth transition. Darth
Yes.
Maul. We saw the last 2 episodes, 3 and 4. My man Darth Maul is. He said he came out on screen and figuratively, because I'm not like you young whippersnappers out there. Figuratively, he stepped out on the screen and went, "Oh, you guys use a term called aura farming. I run most of the world's farms." He fucking. His training of the young. Who's trying to get as his apprentice, who is officially not Talon, but.
We don't know that.
If she's not, what the fuck are we doing? Yo, on a side tangent, because we get on side tangents. Do you know that if you pick up an ice cream, and they call it something else, and they won't call it ice cream, do you know why that has to legally happen?
Because it doesn't melt.
No, because there's not enough milk fat content in it to legally be classified as ice cream.
It's kind of like the vanilla cones that they sell.
Yeah. So it's not the fact that they're trying to trick you, or that there's some weird, shit going on. They just didn't put enough milk fat in order to make the thing you're eating. But anyway.
So you're saying that those vanilla cones aren't alien technology here to ruin your saliva system?
No. They're not what Alex Jones. They're not making the frogs gay. But so his new Padawan, the lesson that he was trying to impart in her, or not the lesson, the perspective he was trying to impart in her, was fucking great. Because even I, the ultimate fucking, I would only pick Jedi. I would never be a Sith if you gave me the option. Was like, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
Yeah.
And seeing her get frustrated and seeing her fucking, what do you call it? Get angry and go from running to, well, fuck it, I have to fight you. Right? Was cool, but it also was cool because she still was she's still not at that point where he can snap her up. So when the opportunity for her to run did come, she ran.
Yeah.
And when Maul was like, "Okay, you're not where I need you to be right now," the dopest shit ever. He just pulled his lightsaber back. Was like, "I'm gonna need this. You can't take this."
Yeah. You
But
haven't
he
earned
true to his
this
word.
yet.
He said you can leave whenever you want.
Yeah.
Then it's just so weird because I'm always the guy who's like, no, but the Jedi, what they stand for is right. And then you look at Master or Uncle Tigwa or whatever the fuck that dude, Dika.
Yeah.
You look at him and you're like, dude, your messaging might be correct, but your methodology has to evolve. Because Darth Maul's methodology is giving the appearance that his way of thinking is more correct.
Because he has something she can connect to. He lost his mother, he lost his brother, he lost his master. He got turned on. The Jedi got turned on by everybody, and the Jedi isn't doing nothing about it. And then you see a girl that has so much spunk and so much potential. It's like, you want to do something about it, don't you? Well, I'm going to take that one and do something about it, and I'm going to put it in my area of expertise, and I'm going to point that pistol at the target I want it to target.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like you have all the intentions in the world, but guess what? Your intentions now have been skewed because I made this argument, and you're believing me because we have something to connect with. Where the Jedi is more of, he's almost like a father figure to her. But you can see how he words himself in a way where he goes, I'm happy you're here. And that's it. Where she goes, yeah, I missed you too. Like she accepts him emotionally, where he is trying to hold that emotion away from her. And that's the problem, because eventually she's going to be like, but you're not understanding me, when he is. He's just trying to be like, this is the way we're supposed to be as Jedi.
Dude, because, again, the methodology is wrong, not the message.
Yeah.
Just because you're a former Jedi doesn't mean you have to live on the street like a fucking bum. You could have fucking transitioned into a different and better life somehow and kept your connection strong and kept your fucking skills sharp in the event that one day somebody finds you. You do not have to struggle as such, because if you're struggling as a form of penance, you're doing so with a Padawan that has nothing to repent.
Yeah.
And that's unfair.
Because you're punishing her based off of the
for your
past.
fuck up.
Yeah.
When this is completely unnecessary. Nobody's telling you to go back and become a Jedi again and pick up your lightsaber and fucking storm the fucking the Galactic Empire, and nobody's telling you that, but you don't have to put yourself in a situation that makes everything 10 times worse. Because if you're living 10 times worse, 1% better looks a whole hell of a lot good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we get the cool shit in episode 4 where Darth Maul fucking, my man takes on both of the Jedi. And I want to know what the true power scaling is, because if I'm a Jedi, right, and you're going to hand me a lightsaber Now, again, originally it doesn't mean anything, but there is now a canon explanation. If you hand me a fucking kyber crystal and I put it in a lightsaber and I imbue it with my connection to the Force and it comes out blue, you have excuse me, you have better learned how to fucking fight. Cause blue lightsabers mean you don't give a fuck about using the Force, you picking up the saber and you kicking the fuck out of somebody. That's what the fuck blue means.
Yeah.
If you strike up green, now you can act the way he is. Now you're more worried about the Force. You're not so worried about sword play and fighting. You can still do it because you have to be proficient with the weapon, but that is not your main focus. None of the motherfucking lightsabers are green. You gotta come better than that. Because Maul, and of course he has to be because this is not the part of the story where he can be defeated, because we know where that goes. But Maul is unstoppable right now.
Yeah.
And whatever you brought to the table, Master Oogway, wasn't enough.
Nope.
So we got, back in episode 3, we got one of the fucking dopest scenes where you talk about aura farming. This dude, they captured the little fucking criminal guy. He set up the pikes. Darth Maul shows up. It's fucking up everybody. Then this dude takes out his stunner gun and stuns Darth Maul. And they bring him in to meet the head pike. Darth Maul farmed so much aura, that wasn't him. And he still fucking took all that aura. Because when he did show up, now everybody gets fucked up. And nobody could touch him. And he did the most gangster shit. The head pike was holding his lightsaber. And he just struck it on and made his hand turn and cut himself with the fucking blade. Similar to what Kylo Ren did, but a lot cooler.
Yeah.
And then turned around and showed why his methodology works. Where his message is askew. Because he didn't kill all the pikes. He got his revenge, took out the ones who attacked him, looked at the ones who didn't, and go, what did you do? You're in charge now. And now we can figure out how we can coexist and work together.
Like I mentioned during when we was watching, it's almost like a Green Hornet type thing.
Yeah.
I'm taking over control of everything.
But that, again, that methodology works. Because how do you argue he's a killer? He's this. He's that. Oh, wait. He didn't kill everybody? He's trying to do a working relationship?
He's just
okay,
getting...
but he killed these guys. Oh, but they betrayed him. And they attacked him.
It's a new world order. And the thing is, when you take out the scum of the earth, people are like, well, he kind of did a good thing there. Meanwhile, he's putting scum back in there.
Yeah.
He's not taking the fucking mold out of the wall. He's taking the old mold and revealing new mold. There's still mold.
He took out the black mold and replaced it with white mold.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
We also get in episode 4 the reveal, 2 reveals. One, lo and behold, yet another father figure is fucking crap. And although he showed up for his son's game, didn't stick around to actually see it. Because for some reason, when you put on a badge, strangers matter more to you than your family.
And you're the only one that can do the fucking job.
Yeah. So that's twist number 1. And before we get to twist number 2, I watched a show called The Beauty on Hulu. Right? It's a weird thing. Somebody made a drug that makes you the best version of yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Ashton Kutcher plays the guy who's trying to make money off of it. The director of the FBI is trying to stop him. He sat down and looked him right in the face and said, hey, I can make you, your wife, the best versions of yourself. But more importantly, I can heal your daughter so that she grows up and has an actual life and gets to experience everything this world has to offer. And the FBI dude did the right thing. Fuck you. You're under arrest. We're not going to do shit. And as Ashton Kutcher's sitting there handcuffed, he asked the fucking question that changed my view on shit. He asked, why is the life of strangers more important than the life of your daughter? And I went in that moment, fuck, we gotta let him go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this episode, I mean, as much as you don't want him to be there, the droid was saying, we're not equipped to handle this. We gotta call in the Empire. And in that moment, you saw your son standing in front of you. You know that your wife has abandoned you. And you decided something else was more important.
I'm going to abandon my son the same way that my wife abandoned me.
Yeah. And the big twist at the end, the droid actually did call in the
Empire.
The Empire, and we got a galactic destroyer just pulled up. So things are getting good in Daredevil. Things are getting good for Darth Maul. To recap, Punisher looks good. And there are some legitimate concerns about Supergirl. Whether you believe them or not.
Well, I mean, listen, there are going to be concerns everywhere, but like you said,
Shit, I
want to be the
concerns about Doomsday. So
yeah, like you said, I want to be the judge of it myself. We'll watch it and we'll figure it out. You know,
Yep.
sometimes some people's concerns about shit it doesn't hold water.
True, but sometimes, and I'm proof of that, the concerns of somebody do hold water, but it doesn't matter to everyone else.
Yeah,
Spider-Man No Way Home.
I get it. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, on that note.
Yeah. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Appreciate y'all being here. Tune in tomorrow for some sports, and then Thursday for the WrestleMania prediction show, and then Friday for the Toe in the Show.
Oh, can I real quick before we head out, because we still technically got a few minutes. Can I give my predictions for WrestleMania?
Go ahead.
Since I'm not going to be on the Thursday show.
Go ahead.
Night 1 is going to suck, with the exception of Liv Morgan and Stephanie McCoy. I think they're going to actually bring down the house. If I'm not mistaken, they're on night 1. I also think the female tag match is going to be good. I don't know why, but I think Lash Legend is going to show out. I think Lyra Valkyria is going to be good again. Bayley's going to show up. I think those two matches are going to be the better matches for night 1.
Okay.
Night 2, I think the best match overall is going to be the 6-minute fucking two big-ass dudes beating the shit out of each other with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
That's starting night 2.
That's going to be the best opening 6 minutes. Because if it goes longer than that, Brock Lesnar really sees something in this dude to put him over.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Obafemi to win, because it wouldn't make sense for Brock to win. And I think, judging by the fact that when the first time they had their meeting,
Yeah.
and Oba got the upper hand, and Brock yelled up, "Put your foot on my chest," I think that's a clue that Brock is willing to do the job for him. and he's gonna go over. I think the Intercontinental ladder match, which I believe is on night 2, is gonna be fun, but ultimately, it's gonna be the Fast and Furious. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
we're gonna grab our popcorn, watch some cool stunts. Somebody's gonna say family, and then we go home.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and CM Punk, I think the message is going to be good, but the methodology, to tie it back into this show, the methodology is going to be piss poor.
Yeah.
Because Punk I'm a Punk fan, but watching him go up against Finn Balor, he has taken a step back. And Roman is not an actual fucking wrestler. He's not going to put on a wrestling clinic. It's going to be another fucking, how many times can I punch you versus how many times can you kick me? How many Superman punches you going to kick out of? So, I think, in all honesty, I think Punk should still win this match. And have somebody else take the belt off of him down the line. And the reason I think Punk should win is because if Roman Reigns needs something to seriously evaluate himself and go, okay, I couldn't beat Punk. Lost to Cody. Bloodline's gone. Everybody's saying I'm a part-timer. Everybody's saying, fuck you. No. This is not happening. And now here's my reason to ramp up. Because if he wins, then say goodbye to your fucking... Bless you. Bless you again. If you win, say goodbye to your fucking championship, because again, it's not going to be defended but maybe 4 times a year. And the only reason he's going to hold it for a year is because he only defended it 4 times a year. And you can't fuck it. Like, it's going to be all fucking dumb with him
I get it.
holding it right now.
And CM Punk is a good advocate. CM Punk would be a good person to give the title to Finn Balor.
Yeah. Although, I don't think Finn... I mean, again, if it was up to me, Finn would have it.
But Finn is doing... He's the demon going up against Dominic.
Yeah, see, so... The reason I didn't even bring up that match... It's because you told me the demon's coming.
Yeah. That should have been a surprise.
If this would have been Finn versus Dominic, Finn gets a fresh coat of paint, Finn gets refreshed, he's going to fuck up Dominic and then finally step away from the Judgment Day. And all of a sudden, and
yeah.
And then he comes out with the fucking paint. The place would have fucking erupted. Everybody would have went crazy. And Dominic would have shit himself live. And it would have been like, oh shit, I thought I was fighting Finn. Because you could have had it, I can beat Finn. Finn's nothing. I've had more gold around my waist in the Judgment Day than Finn has, and he's been here since the start.
Yeah.
And then the demon shows up. Oh. Because now if you say the demon shows up, well, why am I afraid of you? I know you're coming. I've seen the last time we seen the demon, he fell 3 feet off the fucking top rope and got Superman punched. That's not so scary.
Yeah.
Hey, they cut the rope. At least they made it a little different. He didn't just fall. The whole ring collapsed. We could make a story with that.
The top rope fell off for no reason. But those are my thoughts of
all right,
WrestleMania.
Hey, they're valid. They're valid. And tune in Thursday to hear the rest of our thoughts and the rest of the conversation. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, from Friendly Neighborhood Knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.